Hi, I'm Dave Wurzel, and you're watching PHTV4. This is Around Palos, and we are at Richard's Bicycles on Harlem Avenue in Palos Heights. And with me today is Chris Chamalis. Chamalis, right? I'm sorry about Chamalis. And even though right now we do have some snow still on the ground, we're starting to get the weather breaks, and hopefully pretty soon those bike paths will be clear, the roads will be clear, the trails will be clear, we'll be getting our bikes out. And I know sometimes, as a bike owner myself, I wait too long, but there are things I can do right now so that when that weather breaks, I'm ready to roll, right? And that's what we kind of want to talk about, getting our bikes ready for the season. And then, of course, also the good news is that bike inventory is up again, so new bikes are available now. But first, Chris, how about let's talk about, I want to get my bike ready. The weather's going to break. I know in the next few weeks I'm going to get a chance to take it out. What types of things should I do to get my bike ready? What types of service or maintenance should I be taking care of?
So some of the things you can do at home that are super important is keep air in your tires and oil on your chain. That's something that everybody can do real easy. It always says your PSI on the sidewall of your tire. But also, if you want to take it a step further, you can come on into the bike shop and get your spring tune-up done. And actually, the sooner you bring it, or the colder it is outside, the faster we'll get it back to you. Because once March strikes, that's when everybody starts piling in, and we have to take a little bit more time and for each tune-up, and it takes longer to get them out.
Right, you have some wait time then. Now is a better time, as soon as possible. And that's a good point, a reminder, about even simple things like tire pressure. If your bike has been sitting in the winter, and maybe it's been outside, maybe your garage is warm, maybe it's not, but it's been sitting for a while, or dust, or, the chain. And so there might be some things they can do themselves, or they bring it in for a spring tune-up, even better. You guys can check the gears, the shifter, and everything, and they can get ready to ride. So good. Several things to get the bike ready. The sooner the better. And then when the weather breaks, you're ready to go. You're not like, oh, what do I do now? It's not ready. How about? I know last year there was a real problem with shipping and inventory. I know at one point you guys had very few bikes available. This year it looks like you've got a great selection and a wide variety of bikes. Can you talk about what you do have in stock and what people can find?
Absolutely. We have pretty much everything except for full-out road bikes. Those are still further out if you want to order it. But we do have our main store filled up, and we also have a warehouse filled up with bikes as well. Is everything back to normal? Well, not quite, unfortunately. And we're going to see that, let's say you want to order a bike, it's going to take a very long time to order it. So that's why we've had bikes on back order for 8, 9, 10 months, and those keep coming in. So as we sell out of the stock that we have in the store, we'll still have some replacements coming in.
Okay, so it sounds like just like the bike maintenance, if you're interested in a bike, if you think that's going to happen this summer, don't wait till June or July, right? Come on in now. There's a good selection, good variety of sizes, variety of styles, other than the one you mentioned that is still kind of thin. And the trickle would come in. So a good time to shop for bikes also. So how about, if somebody's shopping for a bike, let's say, this is the year they're ready to get a new one, what type of advice would you give them in terms of what they're looking for and the type of bike and the type of ride?
Well, my first question to every customer is, what kind of riding do you want to do? So if you want to ride off-road, we'll get you a bike that's meant for riding off-road. If you want to ride on pavement and go really fast, we'll look for a bike that fits that. So the main question is, what kind of riding do you want to do? And then I'll shop with you and find the bike that'll fit your needs best.
Okay, and I do know the answer because you guys helped me this way. But what if I'm like, oh, you know what, I'm going to do a little bit of both. I'm going to do some crushed stone trail, but I'm going to also get on the bike path. I mean, are there bikes for that kind of riding?
Absolutely. Yeah, a lot of those bikes, if you're looking for something that's best of both worlds, I want to ride dirt and I want to ride road, well, then we'd look for something like a mountain hybrid, and that's where your hybrids come into play.
Okay, good. And so you do have a variety of bikes for a variety of type of rider, and obviously it sounds like you're going to help them find not just the ride, but also the fit of the bike too, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, shopping with the customer, to me, it's fun. We're looking for a bike, and there's a lot of enjoyment with that. And always, once we find the right bike, that's when we fit the customer to their bike properly and make sure we have the right size and the right seat height and go from there.
And I was going to say, for personal experience, it makes such a huge difference in the bike ride when you have the right bike, but also the right fit. The way the handlebars are, the grip, the tilt, the seat, everything. And I think you guys have been incredibly helpful that way. Okay, so good. We have a lot of good bikes to work on and pick from. How about, and I always want to mention this, and I know I've asked you about it before, and I see it in my future at some point. E-bikes. It seemed like they're becoming more and more popular. I feel like I see them all the time. Can you give us a little bit of background on, like, what is an e-bike and how does it work? How is it different from a regular bike?
Sure. I mean, first of all, every year we do e-bikes. Since we started, sales keep going up and up because more and more people find out about e-bikes, more and more people are accepting of them. Because at first people think, oh, there's electronics and batteries, and I don't know if that's for me, but the further their technology goes, the more integrated it becomes in the bike. And there will come a point, if not already, that you could have a normal bike and an e-bike standing next to each other. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference a lot of the times. So a lot more people are getting into them. Some older folks or people who want to get from point A to point B. And it helps some people that say, hey, I got too many hills in my neighborhood, so it's too hard to get up those hills. I don't want to do it. But they get an e-bike. The e-bike helps propel them up the hill. And now instead of sitting at home on the couch doing nothing, they're out on their bike getting exercise and doing something healthy.
Yeah, that's interesting. I did do a test run with an e-bike last year, and I was shocked at how nice that part of the help was. And we live in an area, where there are a lot of flat trails, or the hills are kind of gentle and mild. But even in this area, you can find some trails where the hills are a little bit more intense, or if you travel a little bit and you hit those harder hills, that little bit of help might be nice. The other thing I wonder about, and I want to ask, so it gives you help. How does that work? Like, can I adjust it? How much help do I need? That kind of thing.
Yeah, so the nice thing about it is you have usually 4 settings. So if you want it on the least amount of power, you'll work a little bit harder. Or let's say you're coming up to a hill, you can put it in the mode that uses 100% of the battery and motor, and it'll help propel you up the hill a lot better. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 settings on our bikes. None of ours have throttles.
So, and if I remember correctly, even when you're putting it on like a maximum help setting, whatever it's called, you're still pedaling, you're still working. It's not like it's easy. It's just you're getting a little bit of assistance. Is that how?
Absolutely. It is pedal assist. So you pedal and the motor kicks in and assists you. So like I said, no throttles. You have to pedal to have the motor kick in to assist.
And is when you have it on the lowest setting, is that like riding as if it doesn't exist? I mean, can you turn off the battery, I guess I'm asking?
Absolutely. You can turn it off and it'll still track your mileage, your speed, but it'll ride like a regular bike if you have no assistance at all. You can still pedal it like a regular bike.
Okay, so maybe an e-bike is an option. It gives you both options, a regular pedal or, hey, I need a little help now. Okay, all right, that's good. So regular bikes, e-bikes, we have a great variety now. How about, in your store is tremendously stocked with a wide variety of things right now. So, get your bike ready. If you're looking for a new bike, now is a great time to shop. The inventory is good right now. But you might need other things to make that bike ride work. I know I just bought a new bottle cage, and I know you guys have that stuff. What other types of merchandise might people think to get ready for riding this season?
So a lot of folks, once they actually start putting a few miles on the bike, that's when they'll say, hey, I need a new seat, or I need a seat cover, or I forgot I need a water bottle cage because I'm getting thirsty. And a lot of fun things like if you're riding ever once it starts getting dark out, lights are great, front and rear lights. You can also, obviously, everybody needs a helmet. I mean, we need to be safe, first of all. And another big one would be...
I mean, and to my mind, I'm starting to think about like gloves or bright clothing, types of things. I know for Christmas I got some new gloves and a new vest or type jacket thing for reflector, right? And also some travel gear too. I want to ask real quick, because I know you guys have a variety of lights and all that, different pedals. Why might I want some of those items even?
Well, certain pedals, if you're looking for more grip, you can go with a grippier platform pedal. But some people who are more into performance, they buy special shoes, and the shoes actually clip into the pedal. So you can push down and pull up at the same time if you're out for performance and a lot more speed.
And I've heard from people, and I don't have that. I have a sister-in-law who has a bike like that, and she says, yes, it's a much better ride, much better workout. So maybe that's in my future too. I know that, part of what we're really talking about is creating the best ride possible. And part of that is preparing the bike or getting the right bike or making sure you have the gear to make the ride enjoyable, right? Any other products or items you want to mention?
Let's talk about how convenient it needs to be. Because if you have your bike in the garage and you don't have a bike rack to put on the back of your car, and it's hard to get your bike out and get to the trails, you want to make it more convenient, because then the more convenient it is, the more enjoyable and the more you'll do it, and that's healthy for everybody. So bike racks are a big one. And whether you have a hitch or not, there's always a way that we can attach a bike rack to the back of your bike, put your bike on the rack, and then you drive to where you want to ride.
Yeah, so you create a lot more options, and we just got into that a couple of years ago. That's a great thing. So you can help people out a variety of ways, it sounds like. Okay, good. Chris, thank you for coming in this morning and taking the time and giving us a prep for this season. It's exciting. I know I'm keeping my fingers crossed that good weather's coming up soon. So thanks.
Absolutely.
I'm Dave Wurzel. You've been watching Around Palos. We're at Richards Bicycles on Harlem Avenue in Palos Heights, getting ready for the spring season. Hopefully summer, we'll be riding our bikes soon. Thank you for watching.